Hey, what's up guys? Jay here from All In Fitness, and today I wanted to go over some deadlift progressions with you. You'll have to excuse me, my voice is a little under the weather and I lost it early in the weekend, but I wanted to show you 4 different progressions that you can work on and work yourself towards a deadlift off the floor. So the first one is a PVC hinge. So real simple, you're just going to get yourself a piece of PVC or a broomstick or anything, and you elevate your toes on a foam roller. You can use like a 1x1 piece of wood. And just come around here so you can see. You basically want to make contact, just come around the back. You want to make contact with your head, your upper back, and your butt. So you're pulling the rod against your back as like so, and you drive your hips back as far as you can while maintaining those 3 points of contact. Okay, so that's really important. You don't want to lose contact. If you're doing this, it means you're rounding at your back. So you just want to master that. That's the first stage. Okay, so I would do a ton of those for mobility. Once you get that down, you're going to progress towards a kettlebell or a dumbbell deadlift. So not something crazy heavy, but something it's going to have to be a little bit heavy so you can feel it and you can emphasize the hips, all right? We don't want to be pulling with our arms. The deadlift is all hinge movement and you're not going to be using your arms at all to pull. So I would say come off the wall about 10 to 12 inches. All right, you want to get to the point where you're just touching the wall, but if the wall came down, you wouldn't fall over. So that's right where you want to be. Set up maybe a yoga block in between, okay? Pulling your chest up, you want to drive up, squeeze your hips into the kettlebell, drive back till you make contact with the wall, and that's where you're going to be, all right? In, just like that, okay? So master those. We want to stay in higher reps. If this is the first time you're ever deadlifting, you want to stay in the 15 to 20 range. Just get that movement, drill it down, and I would say work on each of these probably for like a week or 2 weeks at a time. Work your way up. You want to make sure your movement quality is there before you go into resistance. The next one would be a trap bar deadlift. So hopefully at your gym you have access to a trap bar. The trap bar is a great tool because it merges the squat and the deadlift together. And put your shoulders in a neutral position as opposed to a barbell where you're out front in a protracted position. So this is much safer at our shoulder and it's going to spare back a little bit. So about hip width apart with your feet, you're going to make sure you're in center of the grips on the trap bar. That's important, otherwise it's going to put added stress to your forearms. You're going to pull your chest up, and a lot of people dip forward like this and there's a lot of stress going on in my quads and my hip flexors. What you want to do is push back like that. Now I feel loaded up in my hamstrings and my core, which is exactly what you want. So from right here, same kind of thing. Drive up, hips in, push back. Okay, you can also do this off of boxes, or you can use plates. Depending on how your form looks, if your back is rounding, you might want to start a little elevated. After you master the trap bar, you're ready for a barbell. But we don't want to go off the floor just yet. So we're still training that hinge motion. So again, you can do this off a box, or you can do it on a rack like I've set up here. So this is called a rack pull. And the other reason I like doing it in the rack is the barbell can stay guided with the rack. So you're able to actually really sit back into it and without falling over. So you're really gonna get that posterior chain working. So you're gonna line up your feet right underneath the bar so it's over your shoelaces. Grab the bar, you can either grab it just a regular prone grip, or you can grab it at alternate grip. So as you get heavier in weight, an alternate grip spares your hands. It gives you a little bit stronger grip. So right here, sit your hips back. From your knees down, ideally, your tibias, you want to be more vertical. So right here, pulling against the rack, hips in, hips back. All right? So you have the rack pull. Once you master that, you're ready to take this barbell to the floor and then just work on the same motion, master that, and there you go. You got the deadlift down.